I will get the actual circuitry when I get back to down south, but this is the way I remember the electrical circuit working. I'm going to show you everything, the circuit, components, and how I fixed it. First, you have the battery that supplies the power. You'll see down below, this is the NOCO that got everything working as it added to the battery power. You'll see the ground, that's the negative side of the battery. As we come up here, you see the key that turns the switch. Alright, that switch runs through a contact, a neutral safety switch that operates on the high and low on the gear, and I'll show you that in a second, and I'll show you where some of this is on the vehicle. Then you have right here the actual starter, and the starter has solenoid input and ground. It has a ground through the starter, and it has a positive side that leads directly to the battery for high current that spins the alternator. Right here you see how the solenoid works. It takes an input A and a ground B. When the current goes through it, the switch turns on A. It causes the contact to close, and C and D are tied together, and the current runs through and starts the starter, starts it spinning. This is a similar starter to the Massey Ferguson. It was supposedly one that would fit, and it didn't. You see the Bendix gear, you see the battery motor here, and you see a few things on this end. This is the solenoid right here that starts and gets the starter to go. You see these large terminals, a real big one here, a smaller one. When current flows, it goes through here, which is tied to the battery hot side, as you can go back and look, through here to spin the motor. That's how that works. Now, if you look at the contacts, okay, there's the solenoid, the neutral safety switch. As you look at the contacts here, A, B, C, okay, the two little ones right here and here are the positive and the negative that get the unit to flow. This is big and thick because a lot of the current goes running through it. All right, so that's how that works. You're going to see me installing this wire right here at this point on the starter on the tractor, and basically doing the repair. All right, okay, let me stop for a second. All right. You see the key, a wire that goes from the positive side of the battery through the key, through the neutral or high-low lever, and that's a cam that makes contact with the switch only if it's in the right position. Right there, which you're looking at, here's the part number. It's a 181140V94. If you look, you see the special little Agco shiny thing, made in the USA. Here is the part. It's designed where you push a certain type of plug in. If you ask me, I'll tell you what type it is later. But in essence, what it is, is this plunger. This mounts in the tractor by the gear lever, and when the gear's in neutral, it applies pressure right here to make contact, and you have the circuit made when it's in the right gear. If it's not, it's wide open, and if it's wide open, no voltage will make it to the starter solenoid right here. So that's pretty much how that works. And look there, there's the meme. Anyway, the next part I'm going to kind of describe how I plan to fix this. Repair it. We're going to see how well this goes. I'm not having high hopes for the video. Okay. Now we have the wire that we cut, the white wire. Now I'm going to strip it. And of course you won't be able to see it because the camera's facing me. I have to twist over this way, get under there. I'm certain it's the largest size I got to strip. There we go. And there's a couple splices. This is going to be where I'm going to cut it and splice it too. If you take a look, okay, if you take a look, we have the where I'm going to lightly crimp and heat up, and the heating tube, this heat shrink. You can see where I've tied this down with two tie wraps that I had to go look for to get this the way I want it. Here we go with stripping that off. So I'm going to set this up here, grab the crimpy thing, and try and move this into place. I want a copper wire on both sides, just like that. You should be able to see both copper wires. If not, you're just going to have to take my word for it. I'm just going to do a light crimp. Okay. So it shouldn't go anywhere when I try to heat it up. I can see where I got a fuel leak down there, which is causing a lot of the grime. Step one is to heat this up without setting the tractor on fire. Pour the wires. There goes some of the glue. Okay, it's flowing. Alright, the solder melted and actually did flow. Now, hopefully you can see that right there. Okay. Now for the heat shrink. Alright. And I'm going to take off the camera and try and give you a picture of that. I do love this, honest. It's just sometimes life is going to be hard. You can see it starting to shrink up. I'm going to have to get my left hand in there, sorry. Alright, there's the solution. I'm going to go set this stuff in the garage for the moment. I'll be right back, and then we're going to try and start it. I'm going to come over here. Oil check. We're good. Right.